Previously on Launch Control. After an all-hands-on-deck weekend, Subaru Rally Team USA emerged victorious with another Rally America title.
Yeah, another season, another great season. To bring home our 6th championship at 6 attempts is there's no better feeling.
It's brilliant. You've got the 6th in a row with the Subaru teams. It's been an absolutely awesome rally. Car's been absolutely perfect.
And in their 3rd event of the global rallycross season, numerous positives to build on have emerged.
It's a good weekend here in New Jersey. We didn't get the finish that we quite wanted, but we saw shimmers of light.
Hey!
As their 2016 development season progresses, new benchmarks are established.
We showed we're a top 6 car now, and that gives you encouragement. And we're not miles away from even top 3. We'll just keep working, keep improving.
And as the team sets their sights on the next event in Seattle, Subaru looks to maximize their data collection with an all-new driver lineup.
Bringing new drivers to Rallycross now is just part of our development. So when we asked them to try the cars in competition and let us know what they thought, and maybe they could guide us on how to make it a little bit better.
A lot of the long build-up up to now really feels like it's been long.
Set a really good time. Car felt great.
It's always just something's happening. You're in the corner, you're in the banking, you're in the gravel, you're in the jump. It just doesn't stop. You don't get a break, so it's pretty intense.
This is Launch Control. In Seattle, Washington, Subaru Rally Team USA is already swinging hard in practice and qualifying. This is a new track to the series. It includes a bank turn, something they haven't seen in years.
Yeah, this track's heavily banked. It's been a long time since we've been on a track like this. This is more of a setup track. Definitely, if you have a good setup, you're going to be fast. If you have a bad setup, even if you're a fast driver, you just aren't going to be fast.
And Subaru's driver lineup has changed. Chris Atkinson is back for a 2nd event, and his teammate with Dirtfish backing is rally champion David Higgins. In a year that's been designated for development and preparation for a 2017 championship run, there have been many milestones to achieve. First was to prove reliability. That's done. Then it was to test and implement new components throughout the year. That's well underway. And the 3rd goal is to collect as much data as possible for the 2017 chassis. That's where they are today. Each driver has their own style. New driver, new feedback, and a more comprehensive set of notes to work from. To make these advances in public for all to witness can be daunting. But it's looking positive this weekend. After the final practice, Atkinson and Higgins land 5th and 6th fastest times. As dusk falls on day 1, both Subarus line up to start the first and only heats of the day. Heat 1A sees Higgins in the Dirtfish car on the 2nd row. Off the line, Higgins knows he's got a lot to prove. This is the first time racing door-to-door in over a year, and he wants to show he belongs.
Shine's inside. That's all right. Let them push. Let them push down here, David.
But the shuffle on the front straight finds him on the outside and losing ground. He gets a lucky break. The fire brings out a red flag.
Okay, red flag. Shut off the anti-lag. Big fire behind you. PK Jr.'s car's in flames completely. It looks like an engine fire. David, I think we can be more aggressive on that start coming around.
And In a sport that is half Formula One and half demolition derby, it's hard to know how hard to push. But this time, Higgins holds the inside line into the first turn and pounces on what looks like an opening inside.
Stay with Higgins, don't let Dine down. He's outside, don't let him down, there you go.
But as competitors clash ahead, Higgins is left with nowhere to go and is out of the hunt for this heat. Next up, Chris Atkinson in Heat 1B.
Get a good start, let's be smart with every move we make.
The number 55 Subaru has an outside grid position, not ideal for attaining the crucial inside line through the first turns. He's forced to play catch-up. The spotter shifts the game plan.
There you go, bud. Hit your marks. Nice and smooth here, nice and smooth. Hold your line. All by yourself here. I'll give you a heads up on who's doing what for the Joker.
Atkinson takes the shorter Joker lap early in hopes of gaining ground. He's back in the mix, but can't gain track position.
All by yourself, all clear here. Coming to the checkered.
He'll settle for fourth. But tomorrow is a new day. Seattle is Subaru country, and today is a classic Subaru day in the Northwest. Heavy rain has changed the landscape of the race. This could be an equalizer.
We were kind of trying to anticipate the weather a little bit, so last night we took a little time to change our setup a little bit more towards the fact that we were hoping it was going to rain, so we should be pretty well fit for today. Different dampers, different springs, little tweaks here and there so that the car can be a little looser, handle the wet, handle the sliding a little bit better.
Every team this weekend will have to rework their baseline setup for the slippery track. The teams that can adapt the fastest will get a jump on the competition.
It looks like it's slowing down to a little bit of a drizzle, but it's supposed to stay that way all day, so hopefully with our rallycross drivers it proves to our advantage.
Both the Subarus are immediately on pace and spend the early morning heats perfecting their plan, heading into the semifinals. With the top three advancing from both semis, Atkinson is determined to take the easiest path to the finals. Off the line, Atco slips into fourth. Then as Scott Speed slips up the banking, Atkinson puts his nose down the inside. When Speed tries to close the door, it's too late. He takes out the tires and blocks the track.
Red flag, back it down, back it down, back it down.
You just came down on top of me there, nothing I could do.
No, you're fine, bud, you're all good here.
I mean, what do you expect if you just come down on top of me, you're gonna get turned.
Speed is handed a penalty, and when the race restarts, he's at the back of the grid. On the restart, Atkinson launches into second.
All clear here, bud. P2, just hit your mark.
On lap 2, Atkinson opts for an early Joker lap to find some clear air. Speed clearly wasn't expecting it. Atkinson keeps it together, and the Beetle gets the worst of the exchange.
Got some damage, but I'm okay.
You're gonna make it, bud. You're all clear here.
The Subaru's exhaust is pinched in the contact, but at least he's got a clear view of the track in front of him. Chris presses on and lands the second place position.
All right, bud, good job.
He's heading straight to the final. Next up, the Dirtfish car of David Higgins in semifinal number 2. This is his kind of weather, and the team hopes it'll be his kind of race. With a great launch, the Subaru is in the lead group and under fire. The cars jostle for position, losing and gaining places on the first lap. Higgins and the team have found a great setup on the car. The Subaru is able to hold an inside line that the others can't. Higgins moves up another place into second. The track is becoming increasingly rutted, and the result is a flat tire on the final lap. But before Higgins realizes, it sends him wide into the wall. Clinging to a top 3 spot, Higgins drags the stricken car across the line. Both cars advance and avoid the last chance qualifier. Back in the pits, spirits are high.
Yeah, we'll take that. I was gonna be happy with P3 and we got P2, so yeah, stoked. That's awesome.
Just a quick diff change. I guess he wants a bit more grip.
You guys have been working so many late nights, weekends, putting so much effort into it. To see a good result, it just feels amazing.
Getting our drivers aggressive and in the traffic and proving that the cars can handle it, and coming out of the gravel section ahead of me. You know, it was perfect.
Yeah, you can feel the atmosphere around the team. Everyone's so happy. Even though it's not a final, it's a good result in a semi, and we're in a good position, second row, ready to go, and you never know what can happen in the final.
Time is limited, and the cars head back to the track. The rain has stopped, and the track is drying fast enough to send the teams for a loop. Whose wet setup will work best in the dry for the 10-car final? The number 75 Subaru explodes off the line, while Atkinson's wet launch setting bogs down on the dry pavement, leaving him stumbling. He watches the field disappear ahead, but Higgins is in the thick of it. With so many cars battling around him, Higgins sends it around the outside and muscles his way back to the apex. He moves from 6th to 5th on the dirt.
Nice and easy. Go around the outside. Clear. Get up there. Get up next to Dine. There you go. Hit your mark here, bud. Nice and smooth. Bumper to bumper with you.
As the race progresses, the teams play their joker hand, and after a few stellar laps, Atkinson finds himself back in the running. He's on the bumper of Higgins, who has climbed as high as 4th.
Atkinson's behind you now, so you're clean behind. 1 car length to Atkinson. Stay with speed. Easy under braking. Watch your inside. Top 3 are taking the joker. Top 3.
But that's as high as it will go for David this weekend. A broken drive shaft puts an end to his charge. He quickly lets Atkinson by to continue the fight.
Tanner's coming up behind you. Outside, outside, outside. Stay outside, please. Stay outside. Go down to the corner here and stop. He's got a right rear flat. Let's work him over however we can here, bud.
A final turn pass leads to a season-best 6th place finish for Atkinson.
Stay there, stay there, stay there, stay there, stay there, and okay. All the way around to the finish, bud.
A solid step forward for the team. New drivers.
The team have been busting their asses basically. It's been awesome, and you can see it in the guys. When we came P2 in the semi, they were just stoked. They were so happy, and I'm glad I can do that on the track. But it's all the hard work behind the scene that makes the difference. I just drive the car and try and get around the track. They're working non-stop.
New data.
Both cars made it through their heats. One of them, in spectacular fashion. So that was really good. And we were a little out of place there for a minute. It doesn't happen for us like that. Oh, that's good, huh?
New results.
Well, months, we've been working really hard. The technicians have pushed beyond belief to keep everything going and to develop the cars. So these small victories are important to us, eventually reaching the podium. So these pieces inspire us to continue on. And as long as we're showing progress, that's all that really matters.
It's another positive step forward in the process of evolution.